In this video, we're hauling this military truck from Jacksonville, Florida to Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Good morning, everybody. This morning I am here in Kingsland, Georgia. Just stayed at the Econo Lodge last night beside the Petro truck stop, and it was pretty good. I will say the one complaint I have is they didn't have coffee this morning. So usually the hotels I stay at, you get up in the morning and they'll have usually they have a little breakfast set up. It's usually just like muffins and stuff, which I don't usually eat anyway. But they always have coffee, and this place did not have coffee. So that is my one complaint. Other than that, it's a pretty good hotel. It was clean. It was surprisingly quiet. I find that when hotels have exterior doors, when the rooms have exterior doors, they're usually not as good. So because they're a little noisy, and I guess they're just not insulated as well. But that one, surprisingly quiet. Sorry, I'm just trying to get on 95 South, which I guess is right here. So anyway, pretty good hotel last night. This morning I am headed down to the port at Jacksonville, and we are picking up a military truck. I don't know what kind of truck it is. They didn't say. They said it will fit on a 25-foot well, or it'll fit in a 25-foot well, and it's about 47,000 pounds. So it'll put us overweight, but not oversized, which is nice. But I don't know what it is. My bet is an MRAP, so you guys can place your bets on what you think this thing is. My first guess is an MRAP. Second guess is probably like something armored personnel carrier, or something like that. So I suppose it could be a HIMARS as well, but I don't think they're that heavy. It almost has to be something armored for it to weigh that much. I have hauled an MRAP before, and it was, I think it was 40,000 pounds. So I might be wrong about that. They do have different versions of the MRAP, though. Some of them are 2 axles, and some of them are 3. So if this is the 3-axle version, then it still could be an MRAP. But we'll just have to be surprised when we get down here and get loaded. So we talked to security at the gate yesterday, and they said that the gate is open 24/7, so I can get there as early as I want. But the terminal where I'm picking up, they get there at 8 o'clock. So it's like 20 after 6 right now. I have about half an hour or so to get there. So my plan is to get there early enough where I'm one of the first in line, and hopefully I can get loaded right away and get going, because we got, like, after we pick this up, we have like 860 miles to get home, and it's Friday. So I'm doing what I never do, and I'm working on a Saturday. But we've come to the point with freight where I can't afford to sit at home. So if loads pop up, like that load coming down here, it's paying really well. So I jumped on it. But then what happens is you end up delivering at lunchtime on a Thursday in southern Georgia. So then you're kind of you're not spoiled for choice when it comes to finding something to get you back home, because it's Friday. But we got this one, and this is actually going all the way back up to Letterkenny Army Depot in Chambersburg, PA, which is like a half an hour from my house. So I figure I'll run this back up to the house this weekend. Get home tomorrow, and then Monday I can run down to Chambersburg and just come back home, and it'll be like another day off, almost short day anyway. And then we can start running again on Tuesday. Anyway, that's the plan for today. Yeah, we're just headed to the port. So I don't know if they'll let me record down here. I will ask, and we'll see what happens. But it may be a case of no cameras or anything. So we'll see what happens. Good. So I'm picking up at 5263 Intermodal. No.
Do you have a firearm?
No.
Anything illegal? Where are you headed?
5263 Intermodal Drive.
What's the name of the place?
Imports.
The airport?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna come up here and go right, and then come right here towards the left, okay?
Okay, thank you. You too. All right, so we got here to Jacksonville. I asked the lady at the gate, showed her the address on my Raycon, and she said to come here to Imports. So I came to the address on the Raycon, and I was looking around. As you can see, like, there's just lots of cars. There's one on this side of the road, there's one on the other side of the road at Imports. So I thought, there's no way I'm at the right spot here. But I talked to a guy that was just coming in, and he said, no, you're at the right spot. So he's opening up the gate across the road, the back gate, and he said I can just pull in there, and then everybody else gets in at 8, and then I'll be able to check in. And there's another lot, I guess, behind all these cars that they actually have some other stuff. So I'm gonna pull over there, and we'll wait until 8 and get checked in. So the good thing is that we are first in line here. So we just got about 50 minutes to wait. So, but I would rather sit here and be first in line than sit in the hotel room and then get here and have a huge line I have to wait in. All right, so we got checked in. Said to head down the middle lane and make a left at the reefer trailers, and there's heavy equipment back there that I'll see. So we'll go see what we can see. buffer trailers, some heavy equipment. I'll bet that's it. That's the only military truck I see, so that almost has to be it. Well, I hope it fits. Well, it's not real high, so if we have to, we can pull it up on the back deck, I suppose. So I'm guessing this is it. I'm really hoping that this is gonna fit. But like I said, it's not real high. So shouldn't be a problem. Might have to get creative with some blocking to get it to go all the way up on there. So I think I'm going to measure the wheelbase of this thing and see how long it actually is. Looks like it's right at 25 feet, so we should be all right. Alright guys, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. Good news is I don't have to detach my trailer because they're going to lift it on. Bad news is they have to lift it on because it doesn't run. So you guys won't get to hear this thing run. It sounds like it has dead batteries, and he said it's probably out of fuel. But they're going to, I'm going to get backed up in front of it so where I can just back under it. And they're going to pick the thing up with a couple of forklifts, and I'll back under and they'll set it on the trailer. So the front tires, or at least the first axle on it, are going to have to go up on the back deck. And because it has that crane on the back, which is kind of high, that has to stay towards the truck. So, but it should be fine. And then we just got to chain it down and we can roll out and head north. Alright, so got my truck backed up. So that we just dumped the air, so now we just got to back under the thing and set it down. So I need to get some chains out so I can chain it down when we're ready. Those are probably gonna be about useless, maybe not. Maybe I'll go forward from those. And then if we have, there's a couple tie downs there. Might be able to go inside there. I don't know, I'm just trying to find places where I can chain this thing. There's a spot, and we've definitely got some on the front. So this thing really needs 6. So we can get 2 there. And we should be able to get 2 on the back. Well, I don't know. We'll probably have to get, maybe I can get to the frame there and come out. I don't know.
There's a frame there, but there's no cross member to go around or to stop the chain from coming back. So I don't know. We could probably do it backwards and pull chains forward from there, and then we can pull a chain back from those, maybe, and then if we can get 2 more on it somewhere, maybe I can get my small chains, one here and one over there. Maybe I'll put another one here. That might work. So if that's the case, then I probably need 4 1/2-inch with binders front and back, and 2 20-footers with binders in the middle. I think that'll do it.
Let's set it down and see how it looks.
I look like I'm in the middle.
Might have to come back a little. Like that. Let me go look at the other side.
Yeah, I guess. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it looks dead center.
Yeah, that looks good. As long as it's inside the trailer edges.
Oh yeah,
We're good.
True too, then you ain't over with.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It ain't crazy heavy.
No, it's not real heavy. And the heavy part's back here, so.
Okie doke.
Cool.
This is going to Pennsylvania, right?
Yep, Letterkenny.
Yeah, we had a guy come yesterday. We had 2 pieces left, and somebody already got his. Going to test.
Oh, yeah?
Said, we got one going to Pennsylvania. He goes, no, I don't want to go to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this is home for me. It's like 30 miles from my house, so it worked
nice,
out.
man.
Yeah. Cool. All right, thank you.
So when you leave, you stop back to the gate right there.
Yeah.
Take 3 left. Every time you go to the stop sign.
Yeah, just up and right out the gate, right?
You go right by our office.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right, guys. She's loaded up. Let's see about chaining her down. Alright, so that is the front and the back, 1/2-inch chains on it. So if you guys remember from previous video, this thing, they call it 47, so we'll call it 50. So we got to count for 25,000. We have our 4 corners, so 4 1/2-inch chains will give us 22,000. So we're still short. I was thinking of maybe going a little overkill. Actually, what I think I'll do is I think I'll go another couple 1/2-inch chains. There's some tie downs right here. We can take this right over to the side of the trailer there, and that'll be 6 on it. Or, okay, nope, changed my mind again. I think we'll still use our 3/8 chains. We'll put a couple pulling down that way, and we'll put a couple on this. If we can get a chain through there, I think we can. We'll put a couple on that, and there should be one on the other side to pull down towards the front. I wish we'd get that winch to release a little bit, but that's okay. I don't want to mess with it. All right. So now that's 4 1/2-inch chains and 4 3/8 chains. So we said the 1/2 inch are 22,000, and then each of these, the working load limit is 6,600. Call it 6,000. Half of that is 3. We have 4 of them. 3 times 4 is 12,000. So we have 34,000 pounds of securement on a 50,000 pound load. So we are good to go. So, and we are not wide. I checked the height. Highest point is the top of that crane, and it is at 13 feet 3 inches. So we're good on height, and I think we're ready to roll with this thing. So the only thing that's not legal about this is the weight. They had it listed at 47,000. So we decided to permit for 13.5 on the steer axle, 34,000 on the tandem, and 48,000 on the tridem, which puts us at 96,000 pounds, which means we're permitting for about 50,000 pounds for that. So we are good. As soon as we get our Florida permit, I can roll out. We already have South Carolina, so we don't have to worry about waiting on that one. So yeah. All right, let's get a little walk around to this thing. Actually, I guess those are connected. I think I'm gonna pick those wires up. Next thing I need is wires flopping around town. See if I can get in here without stepping on anything that's gonna break. Well, while I'm up here, I'll give you guys a look. So it looks like they have a couple pieces in here. This looks like it's for a little container, and then I'm sure that's for the crane. It's a spreader bar. So normally I would say that needs to be tied down, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I am going to take this stuff and put it up front here. That's where you got to be parked goat to do this job. Guys, Just got onto 26 West up here in South Carolina, and just rolling down I-26 about 68 miles an hour, and this happened. So that arm just came flying out there. Luckily, it's going right back in. So I think that is what is supposed to hold that in there. Try to get you guys in an angle where you can see what I'm doing. There's that. Oh, I see what happened. Alright, so this big pin goes through this just like this does, and it holds this this arm in place. See how that'll move? So what happened is this small cotter pin, it was turned the other way, and that allowed it to come out, and then this worked its way loose, and when that came loose, this thing just came sliding out of there. So, but we got it secured again. I am going to check the other side and make sure that it's tight so it doesn't happen on the other side. And we'll just check everything while we're out here. So that went from this thing being a legal load to this thing being not legal anymore, to being wide. So that we definitely can't have. But yeah, everything's staying tight. I haven't even had to tighten any chains. So let's check this one. Make sure that it's going to stay. It was on its way out too. Okay, I think I'm happy with that, it being secure. I think that was just whoever packed this thing up to put it on the ship to come over. They didn't really do a good job of making sure that everything was secure, but we got it. Just found another thing that's loose. That's supposed to have a lock or something on it. I can probably put a bungee through that. If any of you guys that are watching were in the military, I'm sure, and this is no shade thrown on the military. I'm a great respecter of the military. I was in the Navy for 6 years, so I'm a veteran. But anybody that sees this kind of stuff, if you're in the military, this doesn't surprise you. This kind of stuff happens all the time. Just look, just being honest here, I was a kid when I was in, you know, I got out when I was 23. So most of these guys over there, you know, they're just young guys. They're 18, 19, 20 years old. And, you know, they just don't think about a lot of this stuff. So I think we're good. The other thing I noticed is that window won't go up. But there's not much I can do about that either. So we're just gonna leave that ride. Hey everyone. We made it up here to a rest area above Charlotte on I-77. Man, it feels like every time I come up this way there's an accident on I-77 above Charlotte. I do not understand how people get in accidents there. It's straight and flat. There's nothing. But it seems like every time. So we sat in that for a while. I've decided that I'm going to make it up to about Hillsville, Virginia. There's a Super 8 up there that I've stayed at before, so I booked a room there. It's been a long day. It's hot, but we're just steadily chipping away at this. We have 63 miles to the hotel, and that'll leave us about 350 miles to get home tomorrow. So should be home, I don't know, around lunchtime probably. So that's not too bad. And then we'll deliver this on Monday. But for now, we got to get to the hotel. So let's keep rolling. Alright guys, we made it up here to Hillsville, Virginia. Staying at the Super 8 tonight. So we did about 530 miles today from the port of Jacksonville up to Hillsville, Virginia. So not too bad. There was some traffic above Charlotte, so we sat in that for I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. But other than that, it was a pretty smooth ride. And we have about 350 miles to go tomorrow, so should be home, you know, right around lunchtime. Should be nice. And then this thing delivers on Monday, so I'm gonna go get checked into the hotel and find something to eat, and I will talk to you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning guys. It is Saturday morning. It's about 5:30. Woke up a little early, so I thought, hey, I'll just get an early start, get home as quick as I can. So I'm gonna fire up the truck, do a pre-trip, and we will start burning our way home. About 350 miles to go. Hey guys, we're north of Harrisonburg, Virginia at a rest area. It is just a wet, rainy day. The rain seems to be getting worse as we get further north. But we have about 150 miles to go, so we covered a big chunk of it. Covered a big chunk of the miles we have left, so yeah, a few more hours and we'll be done for the weekend till Monday. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been a long week. So let's get the last of these miles done and get home.
Pull into the parking lot, take your permit into the information booth, please.
Yes, sir. Got to take the permit in and show it to the guys on the other side of the highway there. All right, good to go. So we made it home for the weekend, so I'll let it sit here on the trailer until Monday. Monday morning we'll get up, take it down to Chambersburg, and get this thing delivered.
Hey everyone, it is Monday morning. I'm on my way down to Chambersburg, get this thing delivered. I just wanted to let you guys know, Chambersburg does not allow any cameras or any pictures taken or anything. So I'll get down there, and once I get out to sign in and everything, I'm not going to be able to record. Enjoy the ride down. We'll get this thing delivered, and I will talk to you guys after.
Alright guys, just got here to Letterkenny. I'm gonna go get checked in, and then I will talk to you guys once we're all done.
Hey guys, so we got that one all delivered. Yeah, so I told them when I got there the thing didn't run, and they told me at the port in Jacksonville that the batteries were dead and it's out of fuel. So usually if you have something like that, they have cranes sitting on site there. So I told them it didn't run. I said the batteries are dead, it's out of fuel. So then I asked them, so that was the first two guys. Then a guy came out and looked at it, and I told him, because he said to go ahead and break down, and I said, well, you know it doesn't run. He said, yeah, that's fine, we'll drag it off with a wrecker. It's like, okay. So then I backed up, broke down, unchained it and everything, and the guy comes out and tries to start it, and then he goes in and gets a jump pack, and comes out, and it turns over and won't start. So then he comes up to me and says, did they drive it on? And I said, no, I told, those guys to check me in that it didn't run. It's out of fuel. He said, oh, it's out of fuel. I said, yep. So then they had to go and get the wrecker and get it all hooked up. But yeah, we got it off the trailer, so that load is done. I'm headed home. I had to work half the day on Saturday, and it was a long week last week. So after that's delivered, I'm just going to go home and take the rest of the day, and we will start running again tomorrow. But I do want to say thank you to everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment. Last video I posted, there were a bunch of comments on there pretty funny, so I enjoyed that, responding to everybody. But yeah, if you like this content, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.